It's a wonderful day in the history of our community. We're honored to be able to name this pool after a trailblazer and a pioneer in our community, the first African American that was on our city council and city government, that blazed the trail for many others, not many really, but others to follow on. Mr. Washington, and then Ms. Burkhalter, Mr. Pichon, Leslie, Hicks, Mr. Hicks, not many, but a trail blazed that continues to evolve, and we're glad that you can come be here with us today to join us in this occasion. Mr. Washington served 24 years on the city council, 35 years as an educator in our parish, beloved by most and revered by some, and feared by some of the children that he educated, as well as some of the children in this community here that he helped raise. This pool he was instrumental in getting the CDBG money, the Community Development Block Grant money from the federal government, to put this pool in back in the 80s. At one point, we dedicated this pool to the Boys and Girls Clubs, and they were taking responsibility for this pool. And a couple of years ago, at the beginning of this administration, the Boys and Girls Club said, we can't maintain the pool anymore, we're going to fill it in. At which time I met with these fine council members that are here with me, along with others, and I said, we'll never let that pool be filled in as long as I'm the mayor of Slidell. It's an asset for the folks in this community in particular, and Lionel put his heart and soul into making this happen. We're going to make sure that it stays here. And the council was gracious enough to give me some money to fund us to be able to continue this, so that we have this pool, and we're going to open it up this weekend for the children in this community. So without further ado, you know, Lionel's accomplishments were way too many for us to try to address, and most of you that are standing here, the family and friends, know them better than I do, and probably sit around the Christmas dinner table and family gatherings and talk about it, because it was a wonderful legacy that he left for our community. He was a dear friend of mine before I was on the council, and gave me a lot of good guidance and direction in helping me get elected to the city council in 2002. And then he was a good calibrator for me, I guess you could say, in making sure that I was on the right track with my decisions and being a good councilman for my district and for our community as a whole. Lionel was never one to hold his tongue. He would always tell you what was on his mind, and I appreciated that immensely. It helped make me a better city councilman, and I think probably a better mayor. So I'm honored today to be able to join you guys in renaming or naming this pool at Possum Hollow Park the Lionel J. Washington Community Pool. We're honored to be able to do this today, and I'm going to let these council members that are here with me have an opportunity to say a few words. So I'll start with Leslie. This is your district. You want to say something?
Just 2 words. Just 2 little words. I'm very pleased to be here today. We put a lot of work into the park, a lot of work with committees to make sure that the pool will sustain for our kids in the area, the kids throughout the city. But there are a couple of people I'd like to really thank for helping getting the area together, and that's Kentrell Jones with Habitat for Humanity, and the Habitat Young Professionals, and the Habitat High School students at North Shore for getting the planter boxes, to getting the garden and all of the area clean. Thank you for all the support from the community that you all have shown over the past, I guess the past 4 years. It is most appreciative, and I am going to turn it over to, you have something? Bill? All right, I'll pass it to Landon.
Okay. Hello everybody, thank y'all for coming. A couple of years ago, my father had a vision. When I was a little child growing up, he became a councilman when I was 8, and I was one of the lucky ones, privileged. I had a pool in my backyard, and he wanted all the kids in the neighborhood to come by and swim. So if they got a permission note from their parents, they could come by and swim. He would sit in the yard, water his plants Saturdays and Sundays, and teach kids how to swim. And during that time, I lost 3 friends. Greg McGee, Carol Angeletti, and Kendall Jones. They drowned in pits, gravel pits, bayous here in Slidell. So his vision was to see that if anybody, black, white, no sexual orientation, would have some place to come and swim without any hindrance, nothing. So I applaud the city of Slidell for taking this effort to do this for me and my family, and I appreciate all of y'all coming out. So thank you.
Anybody else from the family would like to say anything? No? Sure? This is your last chance. Forever hold your peace. All right. Well, they'll all be out in the swimming pool this weekend, I'm sure.
Definitely.
As you can tell by all the shirts around here that say St. Tammany Parish School System, this family has had a tremendous impact on our children and our community as a whole. So we can't thank them enough for the legacy that Lionel set for them and continuing that legacy. Before we break off from this, though, there's one thing that we do want to do. We've got Cox Cable. Where is it? Where are they? Okay, good. Cox Cable has been working. It's Cox Business.
It's just
Cox Business has been working with us to make us a better place, make us a better community with services and what have you. And one of the things they do is they give back to the community with what they have used or developed with us. And they were gracious enough to give $25,000 to the Boys and Girls Club that is dedicated to this pool for maintenance, maybe for opportunities for kids to come in and swim that can't afford to, but to enable us to continue to maintain this pool. So we thank you guys, we thank Leigh so much for his generosity and Cox Business for allowing us to partner with you on this endeavor and utilize this money for the betterment of our community. So thank you very much to the Cox Business people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Would you like to say something?
Yeah, sure. I just want to again thank and echo the message. We are so dedicated to fostering and creating meaningful relationships with our partners, but also the community. As the mayor alluded to, this donation will go directly to the Boys and Girls Club for the upkeep and the maintenance and fostering just a growing community here, and that's our purpose. And we are dedicated to the city of Slidell and, of course, you individuals who are here today that make us a better community partner. So thank you so much.